Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Then we see. Very interesting day yesterday. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Rip, dive, rip, dive. But Bitcoin drove trading yesterday, and it was way down earlier. Now it's getting better. Does it completely crash? Don't know. Don't know. But there are some crazy scenarios here. The election is not done. The election is done. Let me look at me. Hold on. He's not here yet. Okay. So Bitcoin dove, and we bought some MicroStrategy right away. Went 4 to 12. We sold them at 12. We sold them at 12, and then popped back up and went to 6. Does it completely crash? Because here's the thing. So really strange happenings here. So let's say that this election isn't over. Nobody knows, so that's why you're in no man's land. If the Republicans win, it's a positive. Market goes up. But you're not going to know that. They're saying potentially for a couple of weeks because there's going to be voter fraud and this and that. And when does it get settled? Don't know. Okay? So a lot of happenings today, guys. A lot of happenings. Okay? So that thing. So that's a positive. So get your check marks. Write that down. Bullish election. But if it goes the other way, bearish. Okay? So nobody knows. Then you got CPI tomorrow. There's rumors yesterday in the morning of 9%. If it comes in at 9%, I'm pretty sure you're down 150 to 200 SPX within 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And all the techs completely implode. I would probably think if that happens. Now, here's the thing. So let's say you're down 200 SPX. Then let's say you're down 250 SPX. That'll put you somewhere on the 35.50. Do we immediately reverse and they buy back up and say that's the low? I mean, it won't happen again. Conceivable, because seasonality. Don't know. Just look at these scenarios, okay? So you have that. Then let's say we come in at 7% instead of 9%, and that's bullish. That means all the techs go hard for the next 3 weeks. And we run and everything runs. Everything runs. Rips at 7%. Okay? Interesting. Okay, so many stories today. So that's happening. Okay, now, and then Elon. So on Friday, we had some calls, and then we bought some puts, and all of a sudden 30 cents to $2. They went to $4 on Tesla, and we killed it. Elon started selling. Look, guys, have to get smart. It is impossible if the market is up 50 handle and other techs are up for Tesla to drop 20 points without somebody selling. Doesn't have to be Elon. Could be other people. Could be a fund breaking that has it. But you have to have somebody as a catalyst to do that. So it had to be Elon. I said in the room, I said, Elon may be selling. Now, very interesting. Nobody comes out. They're just not like Sam. Nobody thinks like Sam. They're just not. I mean, think about this. So Elon needs to sell. He doesn't sell before. The Twitter thing. He gets a short-term loan, and I'm assuming he got a short-term loan. I'm assuming. And then he says, I'll sell afterward. Wow. Is that like, I don't care about all my shareholders, F them. I'm going to hose them. I'm going to sell afterward. Wow. I mean, very deceitful. Very deceitful. Doesn't matter if you like him or hate him. I love him. I love Elon. And the reason I love Elon, because I love trading the stock, and at least he puts something out there. He's not like the Snow CEO who lets his stock go down $60 without doing anything. At least he tweets something. Doesn't matter, it has to be about Tesla, but at least he's tweeting something, right? So I love Elon. And I wish everybody would be like this. So, okay. So yesterday he sold, and he sold for 3 days. Now here's my question. Very interesting. See, it's just amazing that Gary Black and all these people don't understand this stuff. Just amazing how I'm just smart. I just am. Okay, is he posted he sold on Friday, he sold Monday, and he sold Tuesday. He didn't post Fridays out there. He should have posted it Friday after the close or Monday. He didn't legally, he doesn't have to. But he didn't post that Friday or Monday. Because if he would have posted Friday stuff on Monday and he only did 1 billion, people would say, oh, he's going to sell more. He waited to post. And he included yesterday's sale in there. So that implies to me that he may be done. Because he didn't have to add yesterday's. He didn't have to add yesterday. Interesting, right? So is he done? I don't know. If he is, and the market goes up, I'm pretty sure, I would say about 75% sure, if he is done selling, if he tweets I'm done selling, and the CPI is at 7, we're at 232. Holy shit, Sam, are you insane? If he is done selling, and the CPI comes in at 7, the SPX is going to go up 200, and they're going to buy the hell out of Tesla. Now, can't do anything really before the CPI because you don't know. And he would have to say he's done. So these are just scenarios. See, Sam trades off scenarios. And if one of them happens, you make a shitload of money. You make a shitload of money. And that's the Tesla scenario. Now, if the market today gets going and you're up 20 or 30 handles, and all of a sudden Tesla drops 5, immediately you know he's not done selling. Okay? Another scenario. If the market's up 10 or 20 or 30 and Bitcoin drops 5%, 8%, look out. Think about this. Okay, other things, very interesting stuff. A lot of interesting stuff today. Netflix is going nuts. So Disney, I keep tweeting this to these guys, and they won't talk about this. Why would you not talk about this if you're on TV? You become a god. You would become like a god if you talk about this. So Netflix is paying Disney $2 billion. Okay, so let's get your calculator out and let's go Excel spreadsheet. In the right column, put $2 billion profit plus $2 billion, like you do in sports. Create a column. Wins on one side, losses on the other. So you get $2 billion. So Disney says, oh, we want more. We can make a ton of money. So they go out and they say, we don't want that $2 billion from you. Okay. So that's a $2 billion loss for them. Basically $2 billion loss. The next year they don't get it. $2 billion loss. Next year they don't get it. It took 3 years. $2 billion loss. So they didn't get that. $2 billion, $2 billion, $2 billion. Right? That's $6 billion. Meanwhile, they spent $10 billion developing this. All the infrastructure, the rollouts, everything. $10 billion. So they lost $16 billion. Okay, now I understand now they're trying to break even and blah, 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 but still negative. They lost $16 billion. So let's say next year they make $2 billion. Let's say they make $5 billion. They make 5, but they still didn't get the 2, right? If Netflix was giving them 2, they would have got 2, even though they make 5. So they make 3 more after expenses. It still takes you another 5 years to get even. You don't break even for 5 years. So let's detail it a different way if you don't understand this. A football player wants $10 million. So he says, I'm not going to play this year. So he doesn't get that $10 million. And let's say he was making 8. So he doesn't get that $8 million at all. right? He wanted 10. So he holds out. He doesn't get that 8. So he lost it. The next year they sign him and they give him the 10. They give him the 10. And the year after they give him the 10. It's only $2 million more each year. But he lost 8. It takes him 4 years just to break even. How do people that run companies not understand? So Disney, here's what Disney should do if they had a smart CEO. And if I said this on TV, people would freak. They would say, holy shit, who is this guy? We'll just make him the CEO. They would. Really. So why wouldn't they go to Netflix and say, we want $3 billion a year and disband their stuff. You can license all our stuff for $3 billion. $3 billion. They have no expenses, and they make $3 billion a year. Sign a 10-year deal. Escalate it if you want. Instead of making no money and then making maybe $2 billion or $3 billion, why wouldn't you just get rid of it and license it? Right? This is not rocket science. This is very, very simple. This is just how to run businesses. Okay, so meanwhile, we bought Netflix because of 2 reasons. One, I knew Disney was coming out, and Disney was going to be bad. We knew that. I can tell. Look, guys, Shanghai shut. How the hell is Disney going to be good? Disney raises the price of a Coke to $11. How is it going to be good? Why would you raise your price of a Coke and pizza to $25? $25 for a Coke and pizza. The only reason you do that is because your business is shit. It's complete shit. And so you knew it was going to collapse. Okay? You knew it was going to collapse. Okay? So if they were bad, but Netflix already gave you, let me tell you, if Netflix hadn't reported yet, Netflix would be down huge. But they already told you it was good. So it's ripping. And it should get to 271 here. So all your options are going to be double. But Netflix still hasn't given you their news. Do they give you their news? If they give you their news, we just signed 3 million people and we were only expecting, remember, they didn't give you a number. They didn't give you a number when they reported. They said we're going to do 4 million in this quarter, but they said that doesn't include the ad supported. If they come out and say we did 2 million ads supported, their stock's at 300. Now, will you get that news? Maybe, maybe not. No idea. No idea. 2 events. And then you have CPI comes in at 7, Netflix 300. CPI comes in at 9, Netflix 240. Very straightforward, right? Very straightforward. Okay? So you have Netflix today, you have Tesla today. And let me tell you, if Tesla, if this gets 203, it may not care what CPI does if he's not selling. Okay? Interesting. Okay, for you DWAC fans, it's way down. It's down like 5 or 6. If you think, and I don't know what's going to, if Trump announces he's going to run, does DWAC go up? No idea. Why does that matter? I don't know why it matters. But I got people messaging me all times of night asking me about DWAC. But here's what I'll tell you. If you like it, whatever news he's going to give you on the 15th, then maybe a positive, maybe a negative. So if you like the 30s at $1, it becomes interesting. Interesting, right? Because they closed at 4. So interesting. Interesting. Okay. Wow. So you have all these scenarios. But it's all about CPI and the move. Meta flying. So why is Meta flying? Very straightforward. Meta is flying. Because they said more cost cuts are coming. Interesting. I will probably buy SPX up 100 or down 100, more near close. Somewhere near close for tomorrow. Just in case. that we have outside 200 point up or 200 point down. Interesting, right? Hopefully you can get them for 2. I don't think you will, but never know. Never know. What are they now? The 3700s or 7, right? So 128 down or 7. Stupid. At $2 I would do it. Then we see. Okay, and then the other thing, keep an eye on Bitcoin. Because if Bitcoin breaks to 1500, I don't care what you think, it will take the market liquidation. One last thing. Do you know who a huge spokesman for FTX was? Tom Brady and Giselle. Did they know what was going on? Very intriguing. Very intriguing. Okay. Wow. Are you having fun? This is Sam's record. Sam's stuff. Okay. So much information, right? Okay, good morning, everybody. 11.9. Stocks go up, stocks go down. We were down 20 SPX, now we're down 6. Look, here's the other thing. Kramer comes on TV and says the last 8 elections, the market is up 100% of the time over like a 10 or 15 year period. And the market's down 6. Isn't that interesting? But you got to remember, if SPX closes up 1, it's up. How ridiculous are these stats? Very interesting. But watch Bitcoin. Watch MicroStrategy. Watch Tesla for news. Watch Netflix for the rip. And let's see. Techs about tomorrow. Okay? So SPX 3852, 3871. Huge numbers. Downside 3752. It's way down there. But any break of 3752, you completely collapse. Okay? Goldman Sachs, down about 3 or 4. 361, 355, 372 up. Avago, chips are lower today. Chips are lower. Nvidia's down, everything. Chips are lower. Okay? You got 486, 502 possible on a 7 CPI on Avago. 351, very possible on a 9% CPI. 351, that would be down 30. Nvidia, 152 up, 141, 135 down. Lam Research, 452, 472 up, 400 down on a 7 CPI. Wow. Caterpillar, 231, 222. Very interesting. I don't know if Caterpillar breaks 222 even on a bad CPI. Okay, interesting. Deere, 406, 421. Amazon, 87 is the number. 83 possible on a 9 CPI. 96 possible. So look at this. You go buy these. Huge plays for 40, 30, 40, 50 cents, something like that. 96 possible, outside possible 100 on Amazon. Think about it, 100. And I don't even know the 100. The 45 should be about 40 cents. The 100 should be about 5 cents, but I don't know what they're selling them for. Let me look. 12 cents. This should be 5 cents. But possible on a 7 CPI. Okay, Microsoft, anything under 219 doesn't stop dropping. It doesn't stop dropping. That's it. 231, 236. ARRY, we caught this one yesterday. We bought this near the end of the day. The 17.5 for 450. They're going to open at $5. 450 to 5. Nice winner. Snowman, 234, 236, 256 possible on a 7 CPI. Wow. 110 possible on a 9 CPI. MicroStrategy, diving. This is taking SPX lower. It just took it lower. Bitcoin just dropped again. Wow. Can you believe yesterday when the market was dropping, the 100 puts on MicroStrategy were $1.20. The 100 puts. What the hell is that all about? Bitcoin goes to 15,000. It's still 150. It's not 100. Crazy, right? Netflix, 266, 271. NOW needs 381. Tesla, all about Elon. And you should see, if Elon is not selling, if the people that know, then this thing hits 100 in the first 5 minutes. 200. This should hit 200 in the first 5 minutes if people think he's done. I don't know. We'll see. ENPH, no real outcome of the election, so nobody knows. Nobody knows, right? 281, 292, 252 down. And that's what we know. Let me go comments, questions. You guys are having too much fun with this. And make it exciting. Okay. View questions. How come I don't see them? Not coming up. Oh, they're there. Okay. Levels on MicroStrategy. MicroStrategy, 191, 182, very hard. Roblox dumping. Roblox is garbage. There's no such thing as the metaverse. It ain't. Think about this. The simple thing I tell you. Chipotle says, "Let's go. We'll go spend a couple $1 million and build this huge app, and we'll make it really nice for the metaverse." So when John and his wife on a Friday say, honey, let's go to Chipotle, and she's like, "No, go order Dine and Dash or whatever." Dine and Dash. No, I'm sorry. And he goes, "Okay, let me go get the headsets." So you're gonna go in there and say, "Okay, what do you want on it?" Really? Who the hell does this shit? It doesn't happen. It'll never happen. And people say, "Oh my God, this is great." It just won't happen. Everybody have a great 9 days, CJ.